Welcome back guys, in this video we will add armature to this model. But if you haven't watched its first part, then definitely watch it. Or you can download this model freely from the description. So let's learn this. Now what we have to do is apply the modifier to all of these objects one by one. Now I'm fast forwarding this process because video will become too long. After completing this process, make sure that all modifiers are applied. Let's add material to these objects before joining them. So first select any of these minus sign cylinders and add new material. After, select remaining two and select this one in the last and press Ctrl L to link material. Same material for this ring. Now let's select this base and add new material. After this, select all remaining objects like this. Now select this base object in the last and press Ctrl L to link material. And now it's time to join these objects. Now let's select these objects and this one in the last. Now join them from here. Now rotate it and see whether it is rotating properly or not in y-axis. Now let's select these one and this one in the last and join them. Now same process for these ones. Now select these three like this and now press Ctrl P and parent with object keep transform. Now select these two like this and parent. Now check. And now it's time to add armature. So let's snap cursor to selected and add armature and then go into the object data properties and click on in front. So we can see bone in front. Now let's snap cursor to this one and then go into the edit mode of armature. Let's select this sphere and snap selection to cursor like this. Now press E for extrude and leave wherever you want. Now again snap cursor to this object and go into the edit mode of armature. Then snap selection to cursor and select the bone and reset its rotation by pressing Ctrl R. Now press E for extrude and leave wherever you want. Again snap cursor to this and do the same like we did earlier. Now switch to pose mode and select this one and press Shift I and choose empty objects. Now check everything is working properly or not. Let's hide armature. Now select this one first and this one in the last and join. Same process for the remaining objects. Now let's select this big one and snap cursor to selected. Now select the armature and go into the edit mode and press Shift A to add bone. Now let's snap cursor to top faces of this cylinder and then select the bone and snap selection like this. Then clear rotation by pressing Alt R. After this, select this one in the last and press Ctrl P and select keep offset. After this, snap cursor to this one and add another bone in edit mode of armature by pressing Shift A. Now select this one and snap cursor to bottom faces like this. And then snap this bone to cursor. Now let's select this one in the last and press Ctrl P and choose keep offset. Now same process for this one. Now for this one do the same. But change parent bone with this one. Now let's select empty and press G to move and check everything is perfectly working or not. Now first select this bone in pose mode and then go to bone constraint and add damp track. Now select armature as target object. Now select this bone and find out its name in outliner or turn on names from here. Now go back to this one and we will add the one whose name we just saw. Now after this, select this one and do the same. But this time we will add this bone in damp track. Now for these remaining two, we will repeat the same process like we did earlier. After completing this, let's select the empty and apply all transform to deltas from here. Now let's move empty and check everything is working properly or not. Now press Alt G to reset its position like this And now we will parent the armature with our model. So first select this bone in edit mode and then select this object first, then select the armature in the last. Now press Ctrl P and choose bone. After this, move empty and check. So as you can see, it's working very well. Now repeat this process by selecting bones and object like we did earlier and then parent with bone. Let's change armature display as to stick. After this, let's parent this cylinder with armature by following the same process. Now move empty like this and as you can see it's working, but not properly because the objects are intersecting each other. So we need to limit their rotation. And also if we go to the top view and change empty position like this, the way it is moving is also wrong. So let's fix this problem. So first select the bone in pose mode and go to bone properties and click on inverse kinematic. Now let's lock X and Y axis, then click on limit Z and set minimum value to -35 and maximum value to 90. I have done this before, so I know what values would be appropriate for this model. I will explain to you later why these values were used. So let's select the second bone and lock Y and Z axis and then click on limit X and set minimum value to 0 and maximum value to 60. Now for the last bone, lock X and Y axis and set minimum value to -40 and max value to 0. Now if you move the empty, the intersecting problem is solved. So let's understand how this was fixed. First, let's change global to local axis and select the bone in pose mode. Now as you can see, by selecting this bone, the local axis is telling us where we need to lock its rotation. So as you can see, I have locked X and Y axis because we need to rotate this only in Z axis. As you can see, the global axis and local axis are different. Now if we increase minimum and maximum values of rotation, it will only rotate wherever this blue line appears. Now if you practice slowly, it will start becoming clear to you. If you don't understand even after this video, then message me directly on Instagram or comment below. Now add material to it and get the render. And that's how this tutorial is completed. It takes a lot of hard work to make such videos. So please like and subscribe this channel. See you in the next one. Goodbye guys.